Sadnam!
Happy Sunday.
Happy Sunday morning to everybody. Welcome to day 16. Going deeper and deeper into the organization of what we're doing. Hopefully by now you're figuring out what is working best for you. Maybe you've moved into the acapella just a little bit, maybe like when you're walking around in your life or, driving in your car, or maybe sitting down to do your practice. Maybe you're moving more into just, can you actually trust yourself without technology? Can you trust that your brain has learned and is learning? Did we talk about what happened? Oh, yeah, we talked about what happened that one day when we
couldn't find it.
We drew a blank. We drew a blank on the acapella, and all of a sudden we reached like Quick Draw McGraw to the technology, and it was like, no, stop, don't do that. We don't have to do that. Give our brains a chance. And we did, and it worked out, and it'll always work out.
Yeah, there's this one thing that they say about the Sunya. Guru Nanak says we are so interested in listening to like sages and wisdom and YouTubes and all,
Everyone but ourselves.
We want to hear the great stuff, right? And yesterday I was talking about sitting in the nod, and there's nothing to fucking hear there. It's like, and yet that is where the great wisdom is. So this is really out of the box spiritual technology. It goes against everything the brain has said to us up to now. The brain wants a good idea. It wants a good plan. And that good idea and plan better lead to love relationship and money and health. And the thing is, the money, health, good relationship, peace, laughter is what's going to happen. It's just not going to be created with some affirmation idea or God laying out this inspirational thing. It's really going to happen from sitting in the infinity of silence.
Yeah, I love that. I love the power in that.
I just know it to be true. My life has changed so much in the last 6 months. Really, how long have we been doing Purdy's? About a year and a half, maybe. So that whole
longer
time,
than that. Maybe a couple of years at least.
But in this last 6 months, because Tony forces me to sit longer and longer.
Yeah, it's got to be 20 minutes. It's like 20 minutes is a minimum.
Which I don't want to do.
And it really tests your patience and your sitting ability and, all the stuff that you say to yourself when, you just want to be done after 10 minutes or something. It's like, no, this is the key to the kingdom.
And then when that, I talked about yesterday, how you land in it after Kundalini, like, poof. And that part, it like feels so fucking good. It's like, it's silent, it's warm and cozy. Yeah. Then the thoughts come. Here's the thing. Don't think of the thoughts of failing. No. You let them float down. Now, this is where the polishing of your ego is happening. This is where you're changing your life. Is when those thoughts are coming, great ideas, pain, shame, inspiration, and you just let it go. And now you're going, you're like tapping infinity just every once in a while. But you're staying. And every once in a while, for me, I just I'm in space and I sort of lose my attachment to the things I'm thinking. And now all of a sudden I'm accidentally in Shunya. I'm accidentally in the nod. And I don't have the wisdom or the language to say what the great giver is doing there, but all I know is it is undescribable miracles are happening there.
Yeah, and I just wanted to say too, the other day I had shared about the conversation I had with my ego, and for the first time in my life, I stood up. I'm always, I'm always standing up for, if I see somebody getting picked on or something's not fair in life, I'm like so eager, I'm so determined to just get involved in a situation, even if it puts me in danger. I'm willing to get involved in situations in life where I see underdogs getting taken advantage of. Underdogs in the world, whether, there's so many different types of examples, whether it's with animals or people or just, just life in general, and it's like, it's taken me 62 years to defend my heart and soul from my ego. And the other day I was talking about, I stood up to my ego and I, just freaking put my ego down, man. I put my ego down and I stepped on my ego and I put my foot right on my ego's throat and stared my ego in the eye and say, don't you F with me anymore. I've had enough. And then I was really having the experience with the Sunya, and especially going into the organizing phase, how I am organizing now this Sunya. This Sunya has brought up this conversation that I'm having with me that's going on 24/7 most of the time. And I'm starting to be able to organize the relationship evolution that is happening with my ego. For example, I found myself yesterday just talking to my ego, kind of like, I know I scared you. I know I put my foot on your throat because I have all this pent-up anger inside of me from me allowing you, keyword, me allowing you to be mean to me my whole life, right? And so now there's, in this organizational part, I'm organizing this relationship, and I found myself yesterday, it was just something simple. I was walking towards the door. I went to grab my keys to come in to the house. I had my hands full of stuff, and the keys dropped on the ground, right? Where normally that'll start to kick in the sound current of like, oh, that was pretty dumb, or, why are you trying to carry so much? Or, the picking on me will start. And instead, I turned it around and I created a dialogue with my ego, like, oh, this is all going to be okay. And you and I are going to be all right because, we really need to be on the same team here in order for me to have a chance to really evolve into the being that I'm supposed to be.
Absolutely.
So this organizing is really setting up this instrumental part of the experience of Sunya, of being able to work out this relationship because we're both not going anywhere. We are attached to each other.
You have to work together.
You have to work together. We have to work together. And this relationship will translate into all of my relationships.
And what I hear when you get really angry, and I've done that too with my ego, that is righteous anger. Of course we're angry. You've been hurting me for a long time.
Yeah.
But it has to change because that part of us that is doing that was trained by our parents most likely. And like my therapist said to me in my 20s, you make your mom sound like a pussycat now. What she's saying is where my mother's anger and abuse left off, I took off and ran with it.
Yeah.
And then, and I was telling the kids last night, that little part of me, I named her Lucy. Lucy is a firecracker. She can be a total bitch. However, she also she talks to me that way because she's trying to help. She doesn't want me to look bad in front of people. She doesn't want things to go wrong. So she uses this mean language to do that. She has used alcohol and overspending and other things to numb me out so that I don't feel how much pain I'm in. My point is everything she's ever done is in her little mind to help me.
Yeah.
It's never been like, I'm going to take you. No, it has been in her 8-year-old mind. This is my attempt, to help you.
Yeah.
Now, after my righteous anger with her, what I really feel with Lucy is Lucy needs my love. And so when when my computer is needing an update, when I'm right in the middle of the fucking newsletter, okay, that's when I would normally get angry. So that Lucy's anger starts to come up, and I say, it's going to be all right. We got this. We don't even really have to finish the newsletter right now if we don't want to. I hear you. It's going to be okay. And so now we're in harmony. And we don't want to get rid of this part of us, because it's likely this part of you that talks to you meanly and stuff what I have found, Lucy's also the source of some of my greatest magic. She can go, she's like kind of the part of me that does really unusual, trippy stuff in teaching Kundalini. She has a very interesting dark side that is actually productive for healing. So I feel like inside of me, I've got Lucy. Okay, there's these two little girls in a field playing. Lucy's got a little dress on. She's dressed like a princess, but she's got no shoes and she's muddy and her hair's wild. And then there's the magical part of her that is all cleaned up, but still in nature and playing. And the two of them are walking across this bridge into my consciousness as an adult. And they are coming to me as an adult to get parented because they felt abandoned.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So mine is, I just realized I came up with a name for mine while you were talking, and mine is called Edtwinette.
Edtwinette.
Edtwinette. So we have Edward, who is my father, and we have Antoinette, that was my grandmother from Sicily that I spent many, many years with as a young boy. And between the two of them, with all of the karma that they had come here with, my grandmother basically escaping Mussolini, and being able to get on a boat and get out of there and come to this country with all of that kind of DNA
fear
going
and violence,
on. Yeah, the fear. Fear and anger and all that, and that's really the accumulation of me. And when I explain my relationship that my ego has had with me, it's an Edtwinette. But I want you all to understand that that's not just all a bad thing. It's not just all bad, because that Edtwinette part of me is also the part of me that is a fucking hero in life. That's the part of me that reaches out my hand and grabbing on to somebody or some situation and being completely willing to have my hand being pulled in and losing myself. And because I'm willing to save or trying to help another being or another situation in life. It is that Edtwinette in me that allows me to step up and be a hero. At the same time, it can destroy me if I allow it to.
Awesome.
Yeah, so it's not just one way.
No, like my Lucy is Mary Lou. My mom is Lou.
She's your hero.
She's my hero.
She's your hero.
And I'm healing it by letting Lucy be useful. And she always has been. Anyway, I would like for you guys to text us back the name of your inner child that misbehaves and is enlightening your life.
Yeah.
Tell me what their names are.
Yeah.
Happy Sunday.
Happy Sunday. Let's do some yoga today. It's all yoga.
It's all yoga.
It's the yoga.
It's either mouth yoga or sitting in the space of infinity, nod yoga, or moving your little bodies yoga. It's all union with the divine.
It's the yoga.
Sat Nam.
Sat Nam.